turn that light off behind me.
So good evening, everyone, and happy holiday season, whatever holiday you celebrate, and hopefully you are trying to celebrate in some way. This is our team phone call where we get together every single week so we can see each other like family and move ahead and move forward and get to hear a lot of announcements, and we welcome new people. And tonight we'll probably go over the promotion to some degree, just in case anybody happened to miss it. Hopefully everybody saw Tyler this past weekend. He's always an amazing speaker to me. I could listen to him for hours. And it was very thought provoking. And I remember, I'll just say something personal. When years ago, I asked my dad if there's anything that he regretted, just like he did with his friend. And my dad was never allowed to play football, and he was from Texas. And if you know anything about Texas, that's the only sport there is. And his mother wouldn't allow him to do it. And so he said, my biggest regret is that I was never allowed to play football. And that just kind of broke my heart, because that's something he'd always wanted to do. And I know his mother was probably a very smart woman and probably knew about all the concussions that you can get and all the accidents you can get into. But it was just very sad to hear that. But anyway, so yes, let's go buy our trucks and let's go do whatever we need to do and live life now, because you just never know. I mean, getting COVID, people pass away from COVID. So you just never know what could happen. So do what you want to do now, definitely.
Well, one of the things in that message, Deb, that I got was, it wasn't just go do what you want to do. I mean, if you don't have the money to buy a truck, he isn't saying go just do it. He's saying if there are things that you can do, don't put it off. Do it if you can do it.
Well, that's what I meant. So hopefully that's what I came across. Yeah.
But it was amazing. In fact, I've got the recording of it. I'm going to share in just a second. Also, and why don't you? Do you want to go over the promotion and answer everybody's questions about that? And I can as well. I have the document up. I was going to pull up, and I'll go through the events first. How's that?
Okay, whatever you want to do.
All right. So let me just share with everybody what's happening this week. Lots. And don't worry, I'm going to put this in the chat. I'll put it in the chat so that you can just download it. That's infrastructure. Where are we? Oh, come on. I had them all lined up. Come on. There we go. Okay. All right. So here is this week. Now, let me expand this. I included in the document how to order these products. Everybody that's watching this and really using it is saying, gosh, this makes it so much easier for me to get people started. So I felt we all get so many things bombarded. I figured I would just put it on the document so everybody knows where it is, because it's how we get people started the right way. And there's a tutorial there on exactly the best way to order products. And it goes through I think I mentioned this last week, it goes through the different options and so forth. But this week, and before we go through this week, up at the top, I put the things that are kind of special I want to draw your attention to that are recorded, because these are all live things right here. If you go down starting on Monday, but if you look at here, those of us who registered for GoPro, it starts this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be pretty intense. I mean, this is like as if you went to Las Vegas to go to this event, but you're doing it from your home. And so just to make sure everybody's aware of that. And there's a tech check you have to go through. Look at your emails. You must register yourself, even though you've paid, and you make yourself a username and password, and then you have to do the tech check so that everything is set. The other thing I put in here were these two recordings. One was Danielle Matthews did 95% of it. I did a little bit, but if you didn't see it, on Wednesday night, I hosted the opportunity meeting at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I started it, and then I just played Danielle's video, that she recorded. And then I closed it at the end, and then I stopped the recording and I answered questions. So people seem to like that there were questions being answered. But there's the recording. And then here is Tyler. And I cut out everything about the 2x. It's just him. I introduce him, but it is just him. And it's not a Facebook link, it's a Vimeo link. So if you have not seen it, as Debbie said, please do watch it, and you can use it as a tool. And then I also included on here that what I just mentioned, the enrollment process video that John Bash did at Diamond, that's so brilliant. And it's on the second page of the document. And then, oops. And then the rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. We did this morning, was great. We're on this right now, that's done. There's gonna be a great Zoom tonight, right after this one at discoveracea.com training. Remember, the yellow ones are for guests. And here's the one that Carolyn Hoffman, Dr. Hoffman and her team are doing, these tip talks tomorrow, 2 of them. And then she is doing the big one tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Really drive people to this. Carolyn has, I mean, she's always been great at doing these, but I mean, she's drawing more people than I do. She really does a great job explaining ASEA and answering everyone's questions. Then there's Bill DeBron's training tomorrow evening. You're going to get a lot of training this week if you're doing virtual GoPro. You know, you're going to have plenty of training. And then Wednesday's the opportunity meeting with Danielle Matthews and another Diamond. Thursday morning, I do the one for the Philippines, US morning. Thursday evening, Alan Noble is doing his. And Friday is a cellular biologist who's going to be on the Friday night one. So this is the week. Now understand that there are many more presentations happening. Many of you leaders already have your own going, right? That are for your teams and so forth. There's ones in Asia. There's ones there's one on Thursday night in Spanish. There's one on Wednesdays in French. There's Chinese ones. They're all over the place. But these are the ones that are like, I think I honed it down. I don't want to overwhelm everybody. This is for everybody to use, okay? So that's what we've got going on this week. And Debbie, I'll turn it over to you.
Okie dokie. So the promotion, I'm just going to be brief on this, and then you can ask questions in case, because most of you have probably heard it at this point. But anyway, if you sign up anybody between now and January 29th, and even if you sign them up on January 29th, they still have 2 weeks to get their director bonus in. If they get their director bonus, you're paid fast start on whatever they buy. So if they buy one case, you get $20. If they buy a business pack, you get 80. If you buy an entrepreneur, you get 160. So you're going to get paid that. But then hopefully you're going to start focusing more on director 300, a director bonus, and tell them when their director bonus date is, the end of when they have to get their directors, and then maybe help them go director. When they go director, you'll get a second $20, $80, or $160. So they double your fast start bonus, and they will get an extra $50 for their director bonus. So they get $100 for their director bonus, which is a great deal. And then they will also get a director's pin, which will probably be a keepsake, definitely, because they just decided to bring those out. And you know, that's a real good way of showing that you stepped up, you saw this, you were a visionary, basically. And you can say all that to people, because some people, you know, as Carolyn Hoffman and I lament all the time, you know, if I have my own experience, I'll share this. I can't stand that anymore, because most of the leaders didn't wait for their own experience. They got it on people. They got it. They understood it. Anyway, and Alan Noble did the charge up call today, and he did a great presentation of saying to them, because bronze and diamond won't mean anything to new people. But if you say, you know, if I had a secret that would let you know that you're 13 times more likely to start making $2,000 a month, or 15 times more likely to start making $15,000 a month, would you like to know that secret? Always ask their permission, as he says. because then you can hold them accountable. And if they say, yes, I'd love to know that, then tell them about the director's bonus at that point, give them their date and say, let's get started. You know, I can help you with with the first people, I can help you educate them, and let's get you moving. And it's really exciting for new people to get somebody else in and let them start having their own experiences and stuff. It's exciting that they start earning money right away. It's exciting in many ways. And then they start having a team and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's a really good way. You ask their permission and you tell them about the money rather than, you know, you're 13 more times likely to go bronze. They won't even know what that means. So, and if you missed that, it's recorded. He recorded it. I tried to live stream it. It would not give us permission. So Facebook is being weird, I guess. But anyway, but it should be on ASEA United at that point, at this point. And he did the slides and stuff. So does anybody have any questions about the promotion at all?
I have someone that already qualified it for today, and what I've done in my team's
Oh,
Facebook.
fabulous.
Yeah, Judy Bashong, the one you did the three-way call with.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and she's already got the volume for the fast forward. She's just going to roll 2 more people, and she enrolled. She has less time because she enrolled, I think, on Tuesday or something, and but she just came out of the gate and she goes, "That's all I have to do is enroll 2 people." Pretty
Good
pretty
for her.
amazing. And she's doing 3-way phone calls, and we did a 3-way phone call today, and it's just pretty cool. Let me just illustrate. I'm going to share my screen. I think most people understand it, but sometimes people don't ask the questions, and I'll just throw it up there. So the director bonus is only a $50 bonus, and people seem to think, well, big deal. What's so great about $50? You have to do it in the first 2 weeks you're in, the first 14 days. You really have up to 20 days. If you enroll, you have till the second Friday or the third Friday. You have at least 14 days, and then to the end of that Friday. So if you enroll someone on a Saturday, they really have 20 days to do it, but minimum 14 days. And $50 is important. I'll show you why. So if you're a new associate and you enroll a person on your left with at least 100 PV and 100 auto ship, okay, so that basically you enroll with at least 100 PV and 100 auto ship, you're what's called active, right? And you enroll a person on your left, they become active, and they become active. Then not only are you active, you're also binary qualified. You qualify for team commissions in the comp plan. And when you do this in the first 14 days, you get the director bonus, it's $50. And people say, well, what's the big deal? Well, it is a big deal, and I'm going to show you why. And those of you who have been in know it's a big deal, because you know what drives the excitement here is seeing the product produce results. It's all kind of just mental and makes sense to me until you have an experience or see it. And if a person gets on the product themselves and they're waiting for their aha moment and they're not putting the gel on a bunch of people, that's what Judy did. She went and put the gel on people and said, wow, this is amazing. Let's rock and roll. If it's just you and you're not putting the gel on people, you're waiting for your experience. But if you put the gel on a couple of people, or if you don't, just enroll 2 people, money back guarantee. Now you have 3 people testing the drink. And out of 3 people, somebody likely is going to have an aha moment really quickly. Something exciting happened, whether it's blood sugar or sleeping or tremors or energy, whatever it is. So that's why it's so important, because if it's duplication, just picture if they both duplicate what you do, in the next 2 weeks, you've got 4 more people in, right? Now, not everybody is going to do that, but let's say one does. Well, within 2 weeks, you got 2 more people in your group. And if one of those duplicated, you got that many more people. And if they duplicate it, it is very powerful duplication. And the carrot is the $50, but the real carrot is that you're building belief quickly in the product and you're building your team. So what the company's doing in this is, if a person gets the director bonus of $50, the program's called 2x2x. They're going to double the 50 times 2. And you're going to make $100. The director bonus person who gets it gets $100, right? Which is awesome. That's fantastic. Well, guess what? If you're the sponsor of the new person, I'll give you an example. So I sponsored Judy, right? She came in with an 800, with an entrepreneur pack, 800 points. What I just described to you was what she got so far, but she's excited about the rest of it because you only get that once, right? But so what happens when she does this, she gets that, but as soon as it happens, they double my fast start bonus because I'm the sponsor. Here's me. So my fast start bonus on an 800 point order, okay, it's 20% of that, right? So 20% of that is $160 in fast start bonus. That's what I got last week, right? Well, I get paid I get paid on it from last week, 160. But the minute she gets her director bonus, she qualifies for it during this promotion. The company goes, and now that's where the other 2X comes in. They multiply this times 2, and the next check, they're going to give me another $160. So I'm going to have $320 fast start bonus. They're doubling it. So they're doubling the director bonus. And as the sponsor of the person who got the director bonus, they double the fast start bonus. So, you know, whether it's an entrepreneur pack or whatever it is, if they came in and they got a 100-point order to begin, fast start bonus is $20. They multiply that times 2. The next week, you're going to make an extra $20. But the power of it is that it's initiating activity. So again, if this is me and this is Judy went and enrolled 2 people. Well, she wants to get the fast forward, so she's going to get more. She can't earn any more director bonus, because of the doubling of the fast start bonus for her, it's incentivizing her to have this conversation like Debbie just said. You know, if I could show you a way where you have a 13 times higher chance of earning $2,000 a month, or a 15 times chance more of earning $15,000 a month, would you want to know about it? And the person says, yes. Well, let's go help you get the director bonus. Now this person goes out and she sponsors 2 people. She gets the double director bonus, $100, but then Judy's fast start bonus is doubled. So what it does is it creates conversations. Instead of saying, oh, there's a $50 bonus you can get, and if you don't get it, you don't get it. It's like, no, it is a very important bonus, but as Alan Noble said many times, it's underutilized. It's like the brick in our comp plan. So I hope that illustration helps. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask me or Debbie about it? If you enrolled somebody last week and they still have 5, let's say last week, and they have whatever, if they have time left for them to earn their director bonus, they're still eligible. Like Judy enrolled before this whole thing started, right? So she had more limited time, but if they still have time to get the bonus, they can still get it. And as Debbie said, on January 29th, is it the 29th it ends, or the 26th? Can't remember.
29th.
29th. If, let's say you enroll somebody that on the 29th and the program ends, it's over. It's not over for them. They still have their full run of either, depending on, it's at least 14 days, maybe up to 20 days to do it. So it can go in certainly well into February for you to get your double fast start bonus in there to get the director bonus. And it's just US and Canada. The other markets are going to either have their own programs or going to have their own programs. I just love that it starts the conversation, because they want to make money. And boy, it really is. Look, if you got to know, take the gel and go put it on 5 or 10 people with pain. And Judy did that, and she was psyched. She went to the gym and she was like, wow, it worked on everybody.
And the 29th is a Friday, so they'll only have 2 weeks after that. They don't get any extra days.
All right, that's right.
So it'll end on February 12th, as far as just paying out director's bonuses.
It's Lincoln's birthday.
That's right. Good day to end.
And I know we're going to kind of congratulate people on accomplishments and hitting rank. I just wanted to say that this team is amazing. People ask, hey, I need to get an emergency tube in New York and Rochester or in LA or whatever. And we put it out there and it's a matter of minutes. And someone says, I got it, I'll take care of it, have them call me. And it's just awesome. I mean, we could do that with anybody in ASEA, really. I mean, I just tend to go to people on our team first, and it's just wonderful. And Jeanette Chambers helped somebody out, and this person wants to do something, and Jeanette's very happy in Rochester, New York. She's going to have someone to do the business with, you know, a cross-line person.
Yeah, that was really fun. She's only 5 minutes away. That was cool.
Hey, Jeanette.
Hi.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it was my pleasure. And it was really great because she already did the 3-way. And I spoke with the woman. It's just really heartwarming to know, as I say it often to my team, when Tyler said the last time this business was about you was when you were the prospect, that's how it feels.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing I did with Jeanette this past week was I said she really wants to get it going. She's like, I'm in a different place. And I said, can you put together a list of your biggest influential people, you know, your chicken list, and let's do a Zoom. And we did. We had I think 4 people were on there, and we're following up with them now. And they were attentive, and we're trying to identify their hot buttons. But she said it, Jeanette, you can say how you set it up, but it was like, look, I want you to know about this, and I could use your help. And the other thing I wouldn't mind you mentioning is your eye doctor, your dad's eye doctor, what you said, because he's getting pitched on this stuff, and you said that's not, you made it personal, right?
Yeah, sorry, I was eating dinner. That's okay. Yeah, when I reached out to him, he had said to me that, oh, you know, I think I know what you're talking about. Our rep just introduced this to us. And he said, I'm not really sure. I can't sell a supplement in the office. It's a highly unregulated industry. And I just said, okay, we need to step back a little bit. I brought it to you a couple years ago. And the reason why I did, he really took care of my dad. My dad couldn't see very well, and he had to walk about a block and a half, but he was just part of the neighborhood, my dad. He would actually walk in this eye practice. My dad was a trained tenor, and he would just start singing to them. And they loved it. So over the years, he just took care of my dad. So what David's saying is that I removed myself from thinking about him introducing this to patients because he felt almost like I was using him that way. And it really was about him and his health and how kind he's been to my family. And I felt that I owed it to him to share this gift. And, you know, we hear it all the time from our leaders, from David, from Debbie. This is when you find their personal hot button, it will open up a whole new world. And when that rep didn't find that hot button, it shut down the world. So I was really grateful to lean on that history that we have. That's why I go to him. And I just let him know, like Debbie said to David, I really care. Well, she said, I love you. I don't love this man, but I really care about him. So, you know, all these things, the more you keep reaching out to people, talking to them, you do the numbers, you hear all these lessons come flying back and saying, that's why people say this. Make it about them, care about them. And it really changed his perspective. So.
And how did you get people to the group Zoom that we did with your chicken list?
Well, that was the other thing. I made, I knew I had to, and I figured they're just people. So I called, I left messages. I just let them know I had something really special and that I was doing a global expansion, and I'm only inviting a very select few people. And one person actually said to me, how many? I said 3 to 4. He did not want to be in a big group. And I said, it's going to be 20 minutes. And then there's going to be a 20-minute Q&A. And he said, perfect. That's all I've got time for. And that's exactly what all of these individuals said. And they kept their word and they showed up, and both of them had all kinds of questions. We didn't have time to answer them, but we have been following up, and I love that they are responding. So I think you make it special, you make it select, you make it condensed, like a compressed time. And I liked it because it was not me trying to chase them. So and this is really the model that Danielle Matthews has in the ASEA United, where you can get these groups of people. Anyone can do this on your team. It doesn't have to be David, you can do this. Get a small group of people, show them a quick video from the Real Redox results, answer their questions, show them a few things, keep them engaged, and then you can answer their questions. You're not trying to follow up. You're not chasing people. They're right there. It's a really nice way to do it. And so thank you, David, for being willing to do it.
You bet. And Danielle really is rocking it with those things, with these Zooms.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, especially during this program. I mean, it's like a great way to introduce people quickly, makes them feel special. And you invited more than the ones that showed, right? Not everybody came, right?
Oh yeah, I have people calling me back. I didn't get, but what it was I had 5 that were going to show up and 4 did. So I thought those were great numbers, because the other ones I just left messages for, and I'm still hearing back from them. So we've set up another time, and I'll just invite them to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeanette.
You're welcome.
Anybody else having success doing group Zooms like that? I know most of Danielle's team is on their own team meeting, but anybody else doing something like that with Zooms? So it's like a group?
I've done some of them for some of the doctors in our organization, the chiropractors here, and we're doing another one on January 9th. And he's invited all his patients. He's got a 4,000 email patient list, and he sends it out to all of them. And just because, it's a doctor sending it and he wants you to learn more about it, there were several people on the last one.
If you get, I have somebody like that in our team now, Barbara. It's in your group. It's Cam Ewan under Sean. And people are enrolling, and I'm noticing some people that have big spheres, sometimes they don't have the time to put the hands-on training. And I'm telling you guys, this thing is very, 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 very helpful. Where is it? What did I do with it?
John Bash's training.
Yeah, I guess it was on this week. Yeah, here. Yeah, that. Exactly. I can't tell you that, the whole name of the game is duplication, and people fumble through explaining the packs and things and why they should do this, and feeling like, oh, this person's going to feel like I'm trying to sell them and I'm just trying to get through the benefits. And they're like, no. Have them watch this before they do anything. I mean, they can see why the benefit of it. And it's all explained in this document, but video is very powerful. So because I was noticing people signing up with Entrepreneur Packs and 50 points of auto ship or no auto ship. That's like, there's a communication gap, and things like this the tool makes it easy. They're like, yeah. I sent it to Judy, and I said, Judy, watch this and call me if you have any questions, and let's discuss the options. And she texted me, she goes, I watched it. I get it. Do I need anything else? I said, no. Next thing I see, Entrepreneur Pack, 100 points of auto ship. And she's already duplicated it. I know we get a lot of stuff gets thrown at us, guys. You know what? If you could pick the most important video, the most important tools, and just have those ready to use, it makes it a lot easier.
I think Dawn had a question.
I do. Yeah, I think the 20-minute Zoom is very effective, and it seems to release the pressure valve. It makes it a little more casual for people to invite the people that they know. But I have a question of how far in advance do you think that is is there an ideal amount of time? Like, should you how late can you invite someone to a thing, I guess? Is there any experience with that you have? Like, I would like to have one this weekend. Should we be inviting them before Thursday, or can we start inviting on Wednesday?
Well, Jeanette
2
can
weeks
share, and
ahead?
other people that have done it can share. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way, but Jeanette, what did you do as an example?
Well, David and I were texting and he was saying, keep urging them, keep urging them. And you know what? I just kept calling to the last minute, quite honestly, Dawn. The doctor that did show up, I actually reached just about 4:30 the day before. And he had no time. He was seeing patients. He said, listen, you got a Zoom? I said, yep, tomorrow at noon. He goes, great, I'll be there. Send me the link. And that was it. So you just never know. It's just where people are. So I don't know. Sometimes the urgency of it is a little exciting and people like that.
Yeah, just.
So I don't mind calling people right up to the last minute.
What's nice is if you know you're going to do this, you should plan one about every week or every week and a half. And if the ones that can't make it, you say, God, I wish you had made it. You drop a couple of stories or whatever and say, I'm doing another one. So this one you really need to come to. And just keep the momentum going. It's not like a one-time thing and end it. It's a momentum thing. It's like when people start their business, you want them to have, well, you can't do it now, have in-home meetings, invite people to your house if you know people in the area. If you're brand new to the area, it's kind of tough. But you do it, but you have one the next week, and you have one the next week, and you have one the next week, and you build momentum. And then eventually, sometimes nobody comes, sometimes 10 people come, but eventually someone's going to say, hey, I want it. Then you don't do it at your house that week, you do it at their house, right? And it's the same thing on Zoom. You can't let up on the accelerator. You got to put it down until the plane gets up in the air, right? And you do what you got to do until you catch some air under your wings. That's what I did. That's what Debbie did.
Can I share one word that I've been using that people seem to be liking? So if you've been in this for a while, like I've been using this product for 6 years, but really I feel like I'm in an expansion mode. So when people ask me, how long have you been in this business, or anything related to that, so they really didn't ask when I asked them to this event, because I said I'm in an expansion. I'm inviting you, I'm expanding my business, and I'm inviting you specifically to be there. That word expansion changes the conversation a little bit. You've already been in business. It means that you know what you're talking about, and you're just, you're expanding. So if that word helps you as you're rethinking your language and how you're introducing this to people, I think it also gives you a posture that people don't have when they say, hey, I'm starting a business. You're expanding your business. So I just wanted to share that because I've gotten really good feedback.
And that's good, because you want to have some confidence and conviction. And sometimes people feel, well, I'm not worthy. How can I say this? But it's like, you know what? Every day can be day number one. I'm going to an expansion. That's good. All right, Deb, do you want to do recognition? Because you got everybody.
I can, and then we can real quick do the welcome. I'll do this quickly because we're getting shorter and shorter on time. Okay, so we have quite a few rank advancements this week. We have a couple of new directors, and we just explained that, so I'm not going to go over that. But Anne Pavagu is a new director, and Ma Asacion San Rodriguez is a new director this week. So congratulations to those two, and hopefully they got their director bonus. Director 300 is 300 points on both sides. So Miriam Shabak is a new director 300. Elisa, that's not Elisa, but anyway, Gabanayan.
Even I can even do that one. Anybody that's new knows. Let Debbie do this. I let her book
been drinking.
Yeah.
And then Albert Wantoon Tong as a new director 300. Mina Fatami And that's all of our Director 300s this week. So congratulations
Congratulations.
to those people. And Director 700 is 700 points on both sides. So we have Lars Grundemark, and we have Esther Lehman, and we have, it begins with an X, Extralin Sheelan. I probably butchered that one. Cynthia
No doubt.
Alvarez, Rafael and Naomi Gonzalez, and Rehab Redox, along with Celine Chen, all new Director 700s this week. So congratulations to them. And then it looks like we have 2 new bronze executives, which is wonderful. That's Marie Cardenas Perez and Matilda Chen, all 2 new bronze executives, which is 2,000 points on both sides and 2 Director 300s, all in 1 week. So
Awesome.
congratulations to all of those people. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yep, congrats.
And we can get on to welcoming new people. So with all the new signups and things, hopefully we've got some new people on tonight. We love to welcome them and hear a little bit about them and why they looked at ASEA. So does anyone have anyone to introduce?
I do.
Lisa Casentes does. Okay.
Yes, I do. I am very pleased to introduce Bob and Vivian Hayek from Florida. And Bob, I know you're on. Let's see where you are. I can't find you, but I'd love for you to be able to say hello.
Hello,
Hi,
Oh,
Bob.
there you are.
there I am.
R. Hayek. For
Or
Robert.
Hayek. Robert.
Roberts.
The only time you call me Robert is when you're mad at me.
Okay,
Bob,
Robert,
can
tell
you-
us a little bit about yourself.
Can you turn your camera on, Bob? Or you're not able?
You want to see my ugly face too?
I want to see your
Hold
beautiful
on.
face.
You want
How's
to
that?
see you.
Perfect.
Now it's gonna look funny because I got my phone and I'm watching it on my big screen TV. So I'm not looking at the
No
what I
problem.
mean?
Yep.
I'll try to just look at I'll just try to look at the phone.
That's all right.
So how's everybody doing?
We're all great.
We're good. I
you doing?
don't think you've met Debbie yet, but we're we did a good call today with a couple of good people
Yes.
with Bob at Zoom. So I hope the conversation was good after I left. Lisa was there. Lisa, you were amazing giving your testimonial. But Bob, tell everybody about yourself real briefly if you can. We'll take about a minute.
Yeah, I've met Lisa through a networking group. I'm an MS patient, and I do a lot of fishing, and I got a bad shoulder, and that gel is just amazing because that's what got me to really look at this in depth. And I just called my whole entire family tonight, who are all chiropractors. I am
Oh,
the
wow.
black sheep of the family. I wanted to be a rock drummer instead of a chiropractor. So I went to California. Everybody else went to school. But now they're all getting educated. So we'll see.
Did you
We'll get
become a
back
rock
from them.
drummer?
Yes, I did.
Very good.
Yes, I'm retired though.
I know, but you pursued your dream and you did it. That's great.
Yes, I did.
Good for
Yep.
you. Pretty
Wonderful.
rich
Yep,
story.
had fun doing it. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Did she send you a sample of the gel? Is that how you tried it?
No, I bought it. I
Okay.
enrolled as a preferred customer. I just figured.
Okay.
I mean, I've been in MLMs before. I got burned. The last one we did, we were with a company called Ludax, who had a all natural sugar blocker, and we were real excited about it. It was a great product, but the company, the owners were just, they had no clue what they were doing, and everybody got burned, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
But when she said what the things that she kept saying to me, I'm like, well, if this can help me, because my liver enzymes are like 3 times where they're supposed to be. My shoulder was killing me. I'm like, I got to try it. Let me try it. And then it just worked. And I'm like, okay, I'm in.
That's great.
Yep.
Well, wonderful. Welcome to the team. We're here to help in any way. And you live in Florida, you
I
said?
appreciate it. I'm in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
St. Lucie. Okay. So David's down in Florida net right now too.
He's like an hour, less than an hour from me. So we'll end up getting together. I met Vivian, his wife, on a Zoom, and with the chiropractors, that's the kind of one too, where if you want to do a Zoom with them and you just say, you got to get on here, you just get your butts on here. I'll be there to
Yeah,
help.
it's my two uncles. My one uncle, unfortunately, has got cancer. And he's the one I called and said, look, doc, you got to look at this thing. I mean, this is something that's just absolutely amazing. And if it can help you, you really need to understand it. And then my one brother's practicing, my other brother's on a hiatus, and my other uncle's retired, but still their kids are practicing now too.
Mhm.
So they all have big families. So we'll see.
Well,
Okay.
chiropractors are usually more open-minded, so that's always a good thing.
Well, yeah, they're more,
to-
homeopathic on that
Right.
end. Yeah, absolutely.
And you're another 1BC member, so am I. So welcome on
Yeah.
that count too. That's how my daughter grew her whole business. It's an incredible.
No,
network.
it's good.
It is good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And by the way, I can have the first conversation with them, but we can leverage everybody. We can leverage the doctors on the medical board. Like I say, Dr. Hoffman's on the board. She's doing the presentation tomorrow evening. But there are some chiropractors on here. Dr. Malmet is a chiropractor. Dr. Weissman is a chiropractor. I think if you click, you get their backgrounds on there. So these are all,
Okay.
this is leverage,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. And I could have one of them pop on one of the calls and so forth, but let's just see if we can connect with them. You're coming out of the gate strong, Bob. Good for you.
I'm trying.
Keep fishing.
There's
Appreciate all
also
the help.
just, if they're interested, I mean, it's a little bit long, but we have an ASEA 5 that goes on every Friday night. Those are doctors and scientists who are on that call, and they interview people, and they just interviewed Dr. Foster Mohamed, who's on the medical professional board. And that's a good one to send to people who are chiropractors. I just sent it to all my chiropractors. So anyway, and we can show you where to get those if you would like those.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Very nice to meet you, Bob.
You too.
All right. Does anyone else have someone new?
I do.
All
I
right.
have.
Hi, Ricardo.
Hey, Debbie. So I have two people I want to introduce. One is Nevada. She enrolled, I think, a month ago today, and she wasn't quite ready to share. Then last week, her and her associate who enrolled last week today went on a run yesterday. They had so many people to our Zooms last week. It was an amazing thing to see. So, and I think Nevada hit director 700 today. So congratulations to her.
fabulous.
So Nevada and Maritza.
Hey, where's Nevada and Narissa? Where are you?
Maritza. Yeah.
Maritza.
Maritza.
Hello.
Maritza,
Yeah.
sorry,
There's
Maritza.
Nevada.
Sorry.
Hey.
Hey, Nevada.
Nevada, you go first.
Okay. So I have been, Maritza and I both been doing Arbonne for about 8 years, and that kind of sparked my passion for health and wellness, and just really, I mean, I guess I cared about it before, but it was a different level of it, I guess. And I've been trying to figure out some of my own health issues and some things for my daughter. Nothing deadly, but certainly frustrating, as I'm sure other people can relate to that when you're trying different things to feel your best and it's not working. So Ricardo reached out to me actually through Facebook in a really authentic way. I have never answered a Facebook message. Usually they're pretty spammy, nor have I ever considered any other network marketing company because Arbonne has been great. So I was one of those people that said, I want to try it for myself. And then the more I was learning, I'm looking on the Facebook page with the results, and there's 151,000 people with all these stories. And my only reference is Arbonne, so I apologize, but you other network marketing people will probably get this. But Arbonne's been around for 40 years, and we're in a handful of countries. And ASEA's been around for 10 years, and they're in 33 countries. So I'm impressed. Also, just like people came to mind that are having more serious health issues that are either have them taking pain meds every day or, they just haven't been able to figure out. And it's not a good space. So people just kept coming to mind that I wanted to talk to. And I feel like ASEA is a whole different level because it's not covering up anything, right? So like Arbonne, we have these things called Physdix with B vitamins and things like that that help with energy. And it's like crack. It's crack. People will fight you for some Physdix, right? But it's covering up a symptom that you don't have enough energy, and that's a problem. So, I have been so inspired and so excited, and I feel like this is so much easier to share because it's easy. You drink water and it's going to make you brand fucking new. It's amazing. It's amazing.
All right, you've already stolen David's heart, so there you go.
That's exactly what goes through my mind every time I have it, but I don't say it usually. Sometimes I do.
Well, it's just
That's great.
Yeah,
And if you keep it that simple,
yes,
you keep it that simple forever, you'll be great.
yes.
Don't get into.
I just feel like it's out of everything that's out there. I feel like this is easier to share, especially in today's environment when people have so many issues, and they're freaking out because of COVID. And I know we can't make medical claims, but they can see the results. And I heard you share on one of the calls that your experience wasn't anything drastic. You're just trying to stay healthy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are other people, that fall in that bucket as well. So Ricardo and Danielle have been wonderful. I'm trying to wrap my head around this comp plan and the legs and the bonus, but I'm gonna get there. But Danielle and Ricardo have been wonderful and very supportive, and I learned something new. We did calls almost every night last week because Maritza and I just kept thinking about people, and so it's been great. And I have a friend that has really bad cancer that she's been trying to work out naturally for about 4 years now, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse, and then some other issues on top of that. So that's a whole new level of frustration and disparity, right? But she has wonderful mindset. Like she sees herself getting better, and that's half the battle. So I talked to her, and we're gonna get her. I brought her some. Actually, that's who David mentioned earlier that helped me get some gels yesterday. And got her started on some stuff. And so, I'm excited.
So Nevada, are you doing, you say you're doing a lot of calls, and I know that Ricardo has kicked in doing lots of these Zoom meetings. Are you doing group Zoom meetings? Are you doing one-on-one calls? What are you doing?
So we have been doing, I'm all about maximizing everybody's time whenever possible. So we have been doing, Danielle has been leading the calls. Ricardo's been on the call. He led one for me for somebody that had a time challenge with when we were doing them. And then we're trying to identify 2 days a week that we can do, maybe like one noon and one evening one, where we can just kind of plan out and plug people in to calls. Cause I do have a day job until I get gangster rich. So I have to kind of juggle both right now. So I feel like that's a good happy medium, because last week was amazing and exhausting. But we're getting there, and I'm thinking about, strategic people that I want to invite that this can have a big impact with.
Great.
That's so exciting. Are you in Rochester? Is that where you are?
Yes, ma'am.
Aha. Okay.
So let me just tell you real quick, but we'll introduce Maritza. I put in 2 things in the chat for everybody. One for Bob, the interview with Dr. Malmed for chiropractors. And you mentioned trying to get your head around the comp plan. I put in, you can copy and paste or save it. There's 4 resources there. Go through that. And then just write down questions and ask Ricardo or Danielle. They'll fill in the blanks for you, but you don't have to know the whole comp plan. Some people want to know it from the beginning. Debbie was doing this part-time the beginning with, she was working 7-12-hour shifts a day at a restaurant, and had no time to do this. And I was busy, and she said, do you want to know the whole comp plan or just what you need to know? I said, no, I just want to know what I need to know. You know what she said? She said, well, you're already enrolled and you got your product, you're on auto ship. Enroll one person on your left, one person on your right to do the same thing. And bottom line is that's what the director bonus is. Pretty much everything else takes care of itself if you do that, and give people the reasons why they want to get a bigger pack. A lot of these companies, you've seen it, they have these people, they make people roll for $4,000 or $5,000 worth of stuff and stick it in their garage. We don't do that. There's a benefit to getting the entrepreneur pack. I mean, it's $1,000, but there's a real benefit to it. So anyway, hopefully those things help. And why don't you introduce Maritza?
And Nevada, before you do that, Danielle will be at my house for the Eric Worre thing this coming weekend because she lives
Oh, awesome.
20 minutes from me. So hopefully she'll call and we'll introduce you, or Ricardo can introduce. I do calls for Ricardo too. So I'd love to meet you on the phone. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Maritza? Are you there?
I'm here. Hi.
There you are.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
I think Nevada said a lot. I don't know how much more I could share. She said it all. I just got my welcome kit in the it was delivered late this afternoon. So
Oh, nice.
I really don't know what to speak on. I just got on the call on Monday night, and what I heard was just enough for me to know that I wanted to get the products for my sister, who was in a car accident earlier this year and is still dealing with issues from that. And from there, I just kept sharing because I knew that there were Zoom calls, and invited some, groups of friends to join the calls, and at least one or two joined each night with us last week. And I'm looking
It
forward to
wasn't one or
getting my
two. There were a lot of people
It
you
was a lot
invited.
of people. It was way more than one or two.
Do not play it. She told everybody she knows.
I'm
That's
sorry,
great.
I did not tell everybody I know yet, but I did share with a number of people. And at least one or two each night of the calls came on, is what I was saying.
Wow.
That's amazing.
But I'm glad.
You guys are exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Maritza, are you in Rochester also?
I'm in Rochester a lot. That's my
Okay.
hometown pretty much. That's where I grew up, but I actually reside in Syracuse, New York.
Oh, Syracuse. Okay. Been there many times.
Nice and-
Well, very nice to meet you both. That is
Yeah.
absolutely great. If there's anything I
Welcome
can ever do,
aboard.
let me know.
And congratulations to Ricardo, because you set the intention, man. We've seen it. You just kicked it in. And I remember, I think I saw it. Where did I see you at the pool? Was it in Las Vegas where I was walking around the
Convention,
pool?
Convention.
At
Uh-huh.
the convention, right? In 19.
Yeah.
I remember saying to Danielle, if this guy gets it, he's going to kick it. It's going to go. And you were kind of feeling your way along, and then something shifted, man. And it's
Yeah.
great. I can see it. Congrats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got great leaders here. We got great leaders here.
Yeah. We're at the beginning, everybody. I mean, we're 10 years in, but we're like those people. And I'm not like, Amway is Amway, right? But I mean, we owe a lot to Amway, but we're like those people at the very beginning of Amway, the very, very beginning, the people that created legacy income for generations, for their families, to donate, to live the lives they want. That's where we are. And I hope you all realize it, because we're 10 years in, but we are still at the beginning because no one understands this product yet. Amway was selling products people understood. They don't understand this yet. So it's exciting.
It's just water, David, and you drink it and you effing get better.
Yeah, you effing get better.
David, I was
Thank
telling
you,
Danielle
Nevada. That's
today,
great.
I was telling Danielle today that, because I learned about this through, a video with Zach Bush, and I used to watch your videos to learn more. You used to like, everyone's going to be taking this. Everyone, and that's one of the things from the business standpoint. I was like, well, everybody's going to be taking it, and no one takes it yet. Hey.
Yep, world's
Walk it.
wide open.
Walk down the street, just grab people and kick them in the shin and put this on them, and they're gonna know it works, right? I mean, in 10 minutes, 90% of them are gonna be interested. You feel like shaking them, you know? You just feel like shaking people, but like my friend at the hospital in DC, but yeah, you can't, you got rotten apples out there. It's okay.
Yeah,
Find the
absolutely.
good ones.
I love what Danielle said this week on one of our calls about how when she was researching it, there was one specific website that science. What, do you remember what it was called, Ricardo?
Science-based medicine.
Yeah, that like intentionally is from big pharma to deceive people.
Yes.
And I have a friend who understands network marketing, has supported me in my Arbonne business, and that was one of the sites she sent. She's like, I'm not sure this is for me, blah, blah. And so when Danielle said that was the site that came up and how they like, you know, bash everyone and just it's mind blowing. And I think that is it might take her a little bit longer to get it, but I think that, and then she also said Google is a search engine, not a research tool, right? And I thought about the documentary The Social Dilemma and how true that is. They're gonna show you what they want you to see. So it's deeper than that, and all these, you can't placebo the things that people are getting healed from. And Jeanette shared some great stories with me last night too that were encouraging. So yeah.
Yeah, and if you haven't gone to Real Redox Results, that's an amazing testimonial site. So
yeah,
that's a great one to send to people.
She has told us about that. I do have that to look at the testimonies, but honestly, we were just on calls every night last week talking to people, and then I was following up with those people, and then I talked to everybody yesterday and got orders, and you know, we're going. So I'm gonna watch some stuff, but it hasn't happened yet.
This is great.
You know, one thing.
So great to hear that.
Let me just mention one thing about the science-based medicine thing. You know, if you jump on any of my Zooms, when one of the things I have one slide, I have people take a picture of it, and it's a resource page, and I say, get your camera out or take a screenshot, and this is what it's on it. And I talk about that site. You see where it says, oh, isn't it just salt water? Right? I didn't make a URL for it. I didn't buy a domain. I bought a lot of domain names. This one's just a YouTube, but it's on there. And it talks about that, the reason, you know, when people go to Google and so forth. So it's just a useful tool. It's also on, where else is it? I think I've got it on the, let's see. Yeah, I do have it on there. I have it on the infrastructure document. You go to the, oh, hold on a second. Try to get rid of this thing here. End show. Where is the infrastructure document here? I thought I just had it.
And while he's looking, Danielle and Jackie, my daughter, and I did one all about why not to buy it on Amazon, and go into that site a little bit too. So that's another resource.
Do you guys like find people and like kick them out if you find they're doing that?
ASEA will. They'll send them. They will send them a notification and say, if you don't cease and desist, you will be terminated. So,
yeah.
you know,
Okay.
Most people don't sell it under their own name. It's hard to find and all that kind of stuff. But
gotcha.
but they did go in with lawyers and they fixed the problem. There's really only one official person that's allowed to sell it because they had excess. I don't know what it's to regulate Amazon. But anyway, they have it up to the same price or even more expensive than what we sell it for. So not as many people are going to Amazon at all anymore.
Good.
But definitely tell them, because David has a letter even from Amazon saying, you know, we're sorry, you should not use this product. We think we think it's been contaminated. So you never know what you're buying from Amazon, but you get it from the FDA regulated facility where we send it. It's shrink wrapped and sent to you directly. So you know you're getting reactive redox molecules in that bottle.
Yeah.
So we always tell people not to buy it on Amazon.
Nevada, have you seen this document, the infrastructure document?
No.
Okay, so this is something I put together that is posted in a lot of places on our Facebook groups, but it's an all-in-one thing. And so, you know, there are places to find things, ASEA United and so forth. This is just a good document. It's just for our team. And the first page is all the live events that are taking place that we put together. And then these are the prospecting materials to look at. And here's the training materials to look at. But for instance, on here, you know, there's a video I shot about Amazon and Alibaba. There's a video I shot on detox. There's video on, we were just talking about something else. I can't remember what it was. Oh, there it is. I read it's just salt water. So these are all good things to stick in your armamentarium. If you've done network marketing before, you know it's all about tools and leveraging tools. And so there are a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, I've been focusing mainly on, because I can right this minute, people who are ready, you know, people who want to hear it, people are willing to try, who are willing to try it.
Yeah.
And but yes, I'm loving the tools. Danielle walked us through some things for organization, which is great. I need help with that. I love the strategy, like taking even clients through like different things to keep them engaged and involved and all of those things. It's great.
Yeah. Well, you're looking for green apples. If you watch Alan Noble's training video at amazingmoleculestraining.com, he talks about the apples, and you're going for red ones, and that's good, you know, because there's green ones and rotten ones, and you know, just with that conviction and excitement, you get a lot of people. So congrats on your success. And is there anybody else new that's on tonight? Has anybody new one?
Paul Tyra's on the global call if anybody's interested in that, because that started at 7 Mountain Time.
That's at discoverasea.com. I think he's going to talk about, are they talking about the program or no?
I don't know. I just know Paul Tyra's on.
Paul's amazing. He's a cross-line triple diamond. He's amazing. So, all right. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Everybody unmute themselves so we can say good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.